Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 3 of the All-Rounded Debate Show, and now it's my turn to be the host. For those who don't know me, I am Jack, and I'm here, as always, with Luke and Tate.
Hello, how are we?
And now we're going with which is the best fantasy series: The Lord of the Rings versus Game of Thrones. And since Luke is trying to eat a chili roll, we'll start with Tate. Who's gonna do Game of Thrones?
Yes, well, Game of Thrones simply is the better not only the better fantasy franchise, but it's also the better franchise. So it is the better fantasy franchise because it's for many reasons. Like it's got better characters, better scenes, better action scenes. It's just simply a better franchise. And I will just say that for the moment while Luke contemplates on what he has to say against that.
Right, well, if you ask me, Lord of the Rings is way better because, one, they've made at least 6 movies.
So we're counting the Hobbit,
Counting the Hobbits, yes, counting the Hobbits.
I think you pretty much shot yourself in the foot, but okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, there is lots of characters in Game of Thrones, I will admit that, but there is also lots of characters in Lord of the Rings, many that are way more memorable than Game of Thrones, who die within 2 episodes.
Well, do you want me to go?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Game of Thrones has balls to kill off their characters. Now that's pretty ballsy. They've managed to kill off 10 of the main 10-ish of main characters. Yeah. Your franchise only has the obligatory Sean being deaf.
But they killed Sean Bean really well.
Yeah, well, they killed Sean Bean.
Yeah, they killed Sean Bean really well in every movie.
In every movie they do, except Jupiter Ascending, where he didn't die.
Yeah.
So just don't go watch Jupiter Ascending.
No.
Which Wachowskis were good back in the day, but now they're not really. Yeah, the more you know. So Game of Thrones is a better franchise because I'm like what's Jeff Goldblum? So Game of Thrones is a better franchise. It's got more of an extensive universe. There's better. I would say that there are better characters in Game of Thrones, like Daenerys Targaryen, Tyrion Lannister, any of the Lannisters actually. Joffrey, who we all hate, but he was I would say he's a very well-developed character.
The guy that everybody loves to hate.
Yeah, the guy everyone loves to hate.
Until he got killed in his own wedding. So.
Yeah, but there was a funny thing. The scene had very traumatic music, but everyone was like, "Yes, he's dead."
That's quite true.
But yeah, there's better characters. Not to mention the greatest character of all time, Jon Snow. Any of the Starks are all the Starks except for Bran, I will say, or Bran or Rickon, because we haven't seen them for a season. They're all good. Like Arya Stark is probably the one of the badasses, the most womanly badass in Game of Thrones ever. Yep. Brienne of Tarth. It's got a great ensemble. Not only does it have a great leading cast, but it also has a great ensemble cast, and that's sometimes a great ensemble can make or break a movie or a television series.
Okay. Well, I just looked up the internet. Return of the King swept the 76th Academy Awards by taking every single statue that it was nominated for.
How about you check Game of Thrones? For the Emmys.
But that's the Emmys.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The Academy Awards is a very bad way to just check how good a movie is. Look at Leonardo DiCaprio. He's one of the greatest actors out there, and he's never won an award. He's been nominated, but he's never won an award.
He's always a bridesmaid.
He's always the bridesmaid. Exactly. He's always the bridesmaid. That's exactly what he is. It's brilliant, Luke. But.
Great.
Great! That's amazing! That's the greatest thing you've ever said to me.
The greatest simile.
The greatest simile. But here's the thing. like the Academy is like very bad, like way. So like look at the Lego Movie. Lego Movie got snubbed, even though that was considered one of the best movies of 2014. Also, Captain America: Winter Soldier, which I think was one of the best. Was in the top 10 of the best films. That wasn't nominated, but it's it's just very hard to see to like get to. So that kind of disproves your point.
Yes, well, yes and no.
Okay. I'm gonna do my early judging right now.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. I'll start off with Game of Thrones. Now, I know that Game of Thrones is really liked, but the few things is that few negatives is how it depicts violence, like towards women, and like its depiction of sex and all that.
Can I say things about that? I personally have never had sex.
Well, right.
Shut up. Shut up.
We all need to know this why.
Yeah,
Because-
why?
But Game of Thrones, it's like the story of that time. Like George R. Martin may be a typically slow, but when he does write a book, he does it excellently. And I know he's not coming back for season 6 because he's finishing writing book 6 of the Game of Thrones saga.
Yeah.
But the way he has written the characters in both the book and the TV show is really good. And like the depiction of sex and violence, well, it's very broad. In sex and violence is very broad.
Yeah,
That's what you can do.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings, you're counting the Hobbit, that you shot yourself in the foot when you mentioned the Hobbit, because the Hobbit was it wasn't that good of a movie franchise. Like it was, you could sit through it, but it wasn't like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, well, you take a look at Game of Thrones here. Almost every episode, there is some sort of killing of someone. Half the time, it's a guy that we all want to live for more than one freaking episode.
That's brave. No, that's brave. That's how brave they're being brave by putting in the characters. By killing off characters. That's how they are being brave. Like, did you Breaking Bad? They've killed off several characters in Breaking Bad. Walking Dead. They've killed off several characters in Walking Dead. Both really love shows. Walking Dead's not. Well, so I'm pretty sure it goes. Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones are at the top of favorite shows at that time, and Walking Dead's like underneath them. But they have the balls to kill off characters, and that's why television is considered better than movies, because movies can't really kill off characters very well because they usually just bring them back. Look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, they brought Agent Coulson back, and that was like the heartfelt moment of the Avengers, and now the Avengers is just a movie with Tom Hiddleston being the villain, which is worth seeing.
Yeah,
this is worth going to see. So what do you have to say against that, Luke?
Incest.
Oh.
Yeah.
The amount of incest in
a...
Game of Thrones.
It's a plot point.
Yes.
It's a plot point.
Yes, but I find it disgusting.
You find it,
Yeah.
everyone finds it disgusting, but it is a plot point.
Yeah, but...
It is a major plot point. You can't really have Game of Thrones without incest.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Otherwise, why is Joffrey such a dick?
Oh, yeah.
Because Joffrey's a dick.
Joffrey, like, there are a lot of great quotes in Game of Thrones. Too many for me to say one right now, because they're all swimming in my head. What's one quote from Lord of the Rings that you remember off the top of your head?
You shall not pass.
Look, exactly what I was saying. You just reminded me. They killed Gandalf, and then they brought him back. Game of Thrones does not do that to characters. Therefore, if they've killed off a character, it's gone. They're gone for good, except for maybe Jon Snow,
Which we do not know.
What about Catelyn Stark?
Yeah,
Didn't they make her like a sort of a stone monster thing? in the
Yeah. Well, how about that's the next one coming up? Game of Thrones. Who's got the beta magic? Game of Thrones. Like, there's no black people. There's no black people in Lord of the Rings. There's not one black person. Talk about racial discrimination.
This was made in a time
Apart
before
from
racial discrimination was
Tate,
such a
Tate.
massive, huge issue.
Apart from how humans and elves depict orcs, they basically kill them off in large.
Yes! Exactly!
What are you going to orcs are the bad guys?
Yeah, Joffrey is the bad guy, and they didn't kill him off until season 4.
But they still killed him!
Yeah, they still killed him, but they took way too long to do it. Game of Thrones
Exactly, they took way too long to do it.
Yeah, so you could really, really, really hate the character.
Okay. How about this one? Have either of you ever seen The Red Wedding?
Yes.
No.
Major plot point in Game of Thrones. I'll tell you, the Red Wedding is...
Oh, that was the one when they killed all the people.
Yeah, they
killed all
They
the...
literally killed them while they were having dinner.
That was the finale. That was like the second last episode of season 2. And that's when people realised, oh shit, sorry, I swore. Oh shit, now they've killed off all the characters. What are we gonna do? If you kill off a character, it creates suspense. In Lord of the Rings, you kill off a character and they come back whiter.
That's racist.
Gandalf the White.
That's racist.
It is racist.
Yeah.
But you know, honest trailers humour. So, you gotta say anything else, or...?
The villain, Samara.
Yeah, the villain, Joffrey.
Joffrey or Samara. That should be a future
That
topic.
is a future topic, but I'm just gonna end it right now. We grew to hate Joffrey. We grew to hate Joffrey. We grew to hate Joffrey a lot. Is it Saruman or Sauron?
I don't know.
No, hold on. Sauron's the main bad guy, and
Saruman's like his lackey. But we did for Sauron, like we didn't really see him at all.
apart from that,
Apart from the start of the that's when we saw him. Then it was just a depiction of a huge eye. There was no character development whatsoever. And Saruman, like we saw him for 5 minutes, and then he goes, "You must join me, Gandalf," and then he became a villain. Like, why the hell did he become a villain? And the Hobbit didn't. And the Hobbit, in all the stuff that it answered for Lord of the Rings, it didn't really answer why Sauron turned evil.
No. Sauron was evil from the start.
No, he wasn't. He was a good wizard. If you've read the books, which I'm pretty sure you haven't, you realise he was like a really good wizard. And then they made him into a bad guy I can't remember exactly what it was, but then they made him into a bad guy because something happened, and now like he got corrupted by the ring it said that he got corrupted by the ring in the books. There was no character development in Lord of the Rings. And when the Hobbit could have grown on that, but they didn't. It focused on Gandalf the movie.
That would be good.
Bilbo went. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing about the Hobbit. Bilbo went missing halfway through the Hobbit trilogy. It was always about the dwarves. It wasn't about Bilbo. In the Hobbit, there and back again is typically it was originally a Bilbo adventure. I think I've made my point. Do you want to close your argument?
If you were to ask me, in my personal opinion, Lord of the Rings has better dragons.
You really gonna do that? I love Benedict Cumberbatch, but he's one dragon. There are 3 dragons in Game of Thrones.
Yes, but Smaug would kick their asses.
No, because the dragons in Game of Thrones are legendary and they're just amazing.
And so does Smaug.
Yeah, well, he went out a bit like a pussy. He went out like a pussy. He should have deflected the arrow with his like wings when it was like being fired into his heart. Spoiler alert for the Hobbit.
Dude, you did not just do that. You did not just spoiler alert.
I did the spoiler alert. All right, Jack. I think it's time. You gotta.
Okay, so I have to choose between a film series that has won a lot of awards.
Game of Thrones has won a lot of awards as well.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Thank you. Has a large cultural impact as well as Game of Thrones, versus the TV series made out of 6 books. How many is he planning to do?
He's planning this. There's got to be 7 books in the franchise, but when this TV show was first announced, there was They're up to the 4th book of the franchise. So about 4 seasons. So about 4 seasons of.
Weren't they planning to do about 8?
7.
Oh,
I say there's the Game of Thrones books are like really complicated. I'll have to talk to you later about that. So.
Yeah, okay, so it's between Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, and I grew up on the Lord of the Rings, but unfortunately I have now lost my faith. I am choosing Game of Thrones.
Yes!
Yeah.
Alright, so thank you, Luke. That was a good fight. Good fight
Yeah.
worth of 15 minutes, so...
Wow.
Alright, so, guys, we'll see you next time. Now, I just want to say I'm sorry for... we took a little while with getting a new episode. We were extremely busy over the past couple of weeks, so the past month, actually.
Oh, jeez.
It's really been that long.
So, I want to say thank you for subscribing. If you write down a comment, if you want to see us fight a particular topic, write it down in the comments or email to us in the description.
Just say this person versus this person, or this movie versus this movie.
Yeah, so do you guys want to plug anything out? Any last words? No?
Oh.
No? Alright then, guys, we'll see you next time on the All Round Debate Show.
Yep.
Bye, see you later.
So,
See ya.